Hello everyone and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home. In today's video, I'm hoping to share 5 different furniture makeovers, but we'll see how many I actually get done in this video. I have a really cute desk that I want to give a makeover, a little play kitchen, a side table, a little kid's chair, a coffee table. So we'll see how many of these furniture makeovers I can do today. I'm also hoping to share some decorating ideas. So I hope that you enjoy this video and thank you all so much for watching. Morning everyone, it's currently 7 a.m. We just wanted to get up early this morning before the kids, get an early start on these furniture makeovers. So I think I'm going to start off with this desk this morning because I'm really excited to get started on this piece. I actually gave the play kitchen a makeover yesterday, so I'll show that at the end of this video. But today I've got 4 pieces of furniture left out here on the carport, so we'll see how many of these I can get done today. I found this wood desk on Facebook Marketplace for $25, which was a really good deal. I love when I can find a unique piece like this. It has these mid-century legs and the brass detailing on the bottom of the legs, and then also I thought that I was going to have to replace all of the knobs because when I picked it up it only had about 3 of the knobs on the front of the desk, but after digging through the desk I found the rest of the gold knobs in the back of the desk, so that was exciting. I was able to use the original hardware. The first step with any furniture makeover is to take off the knobs, the doors, the drawers, and to also fix anything on the desk if you have to add some screws or nails if it's coming loose at all. This is the time when you would do any repairs. Next step, we wanted to take the legs off because I was going to have to try and restore the legs. I was hoping that I could just leave them as is, but the stain was really worn off of these legs. The brass was looking really bad, so I sanded them and then stained them with a dark walnut semi-transparent color stain. I love to use a color stain on projects like this because it's a little bit of a thicker stain and just helps to cover up any imperfections. And then we were able to restore the brass on these legs just by sanding them with some sanding pads, and now you can see they are nice and shiny again. I would have loved to restain this entire piece and keep its original look, but there's no way that I could have sanded off every last bit of old stain off of this piece and get in all of the little cubbies and the corners and everything. It just either would have taken all day or it would have been impossible, so I just did a quick sanding and then I'll be putting a primer on this piece. And also the top piece of this dresser was fake wood that was like chipping off. We had to do some wood glue and wood filler at some spots, so there would have been no way to sand down the top piece for sure, but I still wanted at least a few parts of the desk to have stain, so I sanded down the fronts of the drawers and the front of the cabinet door and was able to stain those the same dark walnut color as the legs. I love this primer because it can go over anything, so it's great for furniture makeovers. You can paint this over stain, paint, any type of surface, and it's just a great base for your paint color. I was trying to decide between dark green or black, and I ended up picking black for this dresser Kind of wish that I would have went with the dark green after seeing it black, but it still turned out really beautiful. This adorable little kids chair was a thrift store find for only $4. I just had to get it. It was so cute, and I'm doing a playroom makeover here soon, so I'll probably put this in the playroom along with that play kitchen. So we're going to be painting this the same green color as the play kitchen, so I just went ahead and painted that primer onto the little chair as well. Jalen is spraying the desk for me. He is really good at spraying paint, so I just let him do that part. And while he was spraying the desk, I was trying to restore the hinges on the cabinet door, and I was able to restore these the same way that we did the legs, just by sanding that brass with a sanding pad. Now I'm prepping some lunch while he does the second coat of paint, and I am just making some Big Mac tacos for lunch. I got this idea off of Reels, and we've made these several times since then. They are delicious, and this Big Mac sauce is delicious as well. I've shared the recipe for this sauce on my channel before, but I'll link it down below again, because if you make cheeseburgers or these smash tacos, something like that, you definitely need to give this a try. And usually you would use the little mini tortillas to make these, but we only had the larger tortillas on hand. They did not work as well, so if you try this recipe, definitely make sure that you use the smaller tortillas. So I'm taking a little break, going to spend some time inside and cool off a bit and do some work here in my office. I'm trying to finish planning out a guest room makeover. I'm doing a guest room makeover and also a playroom makeover at my in-laws' house. And then I'm also doing a patio makeover at my mom's house. We're actually flying to my mom's house here in about a week and a half and doing that patio makeover. I already planned everything, had everything shipped to her house, so everything is waiting at her house, and we just have to fly there and piece this patio together. So really excited to do that and just visit family at the same time. But right now I'm trying to finish planning out this guest room makeover. So the first step was to take measurements of the room and pictures and kind of walk around and get a plan for what we'll be doing in the guest room. The next step was to make a mood board. I love to make mood boards anytime I'm doing a room makeover, especially when you're ordering items online and you can't see everything together until you order it. So it's just nice to pull in everything into a mood board. It helps you to be able to pick which rug to use with the painting that you picked, or which bedding to use, and all of those types of things. And making a mood board can sometimes take several days, because I'm taking screenshots of maybe 10 to 20 different rugs, pulling them into the mood board and seeing if they will match with the color palette I'm going with and the style and everything. But right now I am trying to pick out lamps and also bedding for this guest bedroom. So I got a couple of lamp options last time I was in town. I'm really hoping to go for either a ceramic look or a basket look for the lamps. I also just had to grab this little lamp to try out as well, and I thought this was so cute. The base is like a basket look, but I feel like this one might be a little bit small. Like I said, I'm having a hard time finding a lamp in a store that I like. So I've been doing some online shopping, and that's what I was trying to look at today, is just to see what I could find online. And I've been shopping on the Bed Bath & Beyond app yesterday and today. I was looking for lamps and bedding. I found a couple of lamps that I really loved. I saved them into my cart. And this app and website was actually just released yesterday. So Bed Bath & Beyond is now back, and it is joined by Overstock. So basically Bed Bath & Beyond and Overstock are the same company now. And a huge thank you to Bed Bath & Beyond for sponsoring this video. I'm so excited to be working with them today. If you have not checked it out yet, you need to go and check it out because it has everything that you would need for your home. They have furniture, home decor, bedding, bath, rugs, kitchen, outdoor. I'm also searching for bedding as well. And when you're designing a bedroom, bedding is a huge part of that bedroom because you want the bed to look inviting and cozy. I love to mix up different textures and patterns in the bedding. So the first thing I need to pick out is a comforter and then a top blanket, some accent pillows, a throw blanket. I did grab a green throw blanket the other day. It's such a pretty green color and it's so soft. So I got that as a possible option for the guest bed, just to put on like the end of the bed. For a little throw blanket, you can either just like throw it over the edge of the bed or fold it up and just have it on the end of the bed. So I wanted to show you quickly what else I got on that shopping trip. I got the green blanket, and then I also got these cute little items for the playroom makeover. So the playroom theme is going to be Peter Rabbit vintage storybook themed. So got this cute little rabbit and then also the little mushroom. I'm hoping to add in some mushroom accents. I'm doing a wallpaper on the back wall that's going to have like a little forest theme with a little deer and mushrooms and things, and then this little duck. And I also found this cute little Beatrix Potter Peter Rabbit at an antique shop. I just thought this was so cute and I had it in my mood board and I just had to get it. It was literally the day after I'd made the mood board. I went into an antique shop and saw the exact rabbit sitting up on a shelf, so had to get it to add to the playroom. Okay, so I'm finally showing you the completed furniture, this desk, and then also the cute little chair. I just love how this little chair turned out, the color and the design of this chair. It's just such a cute little chair. So I did have two other pieces of furniture, a coffee table and then a little side table. But when we tried to start working on them, we just couldn't fix the legs on that little side table. And then also the coffee table was kind of coming apart. It would have been a ton of work to try and restore that thing, and I wasn't sure if we were actually going to be able to, so I just decided to scratch both of them. The coffee table was free and I only paid $2 for the little side table. So now it is the previous day and I'm going to take you through the whole process of transforming this little play kitchen. Absolutely love how this turned out. I shared this over on Instagram. Be sure that you're following me over on Instagram. If you're not, I love to share some extra content over there when I can. And this little play kitchen makeover is a project that I've been wanting to do for a while. I got this play kitchen probably about 2 months ago. I bought it used for a really good price. It did have some wear and tear, but I was able to clean it up and give it a cute little makeover, and just love how this turned out. So the first step was to remove all of the hardware and the doors, and then I did have to give the top wooden countertop a quick sanding just because that is where most of the wear and tear was. So I was going to go ahead and just apply a light coating of natural stain to that countertop, but the rest of the wood was fine. I was planning to leave the top half of the play kitchen this wood color, and then the bottom half I'll be painting pewter green. This is one of my favorite green colors. I've used it on so many different projects, and it was just the perfect green for this little play kitchen. That's also the same green color that Jalen sprayed on that little chair. while I'm waiting for that paint to dry, I'm going to go ahead and put on the first black handle. So I'm adding 3 black handles, 1 to the microwave and then 2 down on the doors. Then next is spray painting the faucet. We just spray painted this matte black, and then we also spray painted the sink white. While that was drying, I got started on piecing together the stove top. So I went into the craft section at the store and I got 2 different bags of these little round wooden craft circles, I guess you'd call them. I got some larger ones and then some little ones. So I took 2 of the larger ones and 2 of the smaller ones, glued the smaller circles onto the larger circles, and then while that was drying, Jalen attached 3 of these little wooden handles to the front of the play kitchen. You can buy these for like 50 cents a piece, and I love the touch of wood that they add to the front of this play kitchen. Then Jalen took a piece of scrap wood and cut that to size, sanded down the corners to round them out, and then we wood glued that to the countertop, and that is going to be our stove top. Now next, the doors were dry, so I am attaching the next 2 black handles. The final step is to finish up the stove top. So I took a dowel rod and I cut it into 12 2.5-inch pieces and then just wood glued those onto this piece of craft wood. Once that glue was dry, then I was able to attach both of these circles onto the top of that little wooden piece for the stove that Jalen had already attached to the play kitchen. Glued that onto there, and now that that is dry, you can see the finished play kitchen here. It turned out so adorable. I love the green color, the black handles. I got some ideas off of Pinterest and was really excited to make this come to life. There was definitely a lot of little steps, just so much gluing and cutting. It was a several-hour project, but really love how it turned out. Okay, so I was going to end the day by cleaning out the garden. The garden was pretty much done for the year. I was going to pick everything that was salvageable to save and eat, and then everything else just needed to get cleared out and thrown away. I'm thinking about possibly doing a fall garden, but I'm not quite sure. I hope that you enjoyed this video and just coming along on these 2 different days with me as I did some furniture makeovers, shared some decorating ideas, and just took you along on our day. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye!